Hi everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I'm going to get right into my union read. There's a lot of powerful messages that came through in this, so you might want to stay tuned. I have a little bit of sand art and oracle cards that I'll just wait till the end, as well as any of the coding stuff I'll get to at the end, okay, for those of you who want to stay tuned, but I'm going to get right into it. It is February 12/12, okay, so it's February 12th, 2019 adds up to a 12, so it's very much about the Hangman today, as well as the 26, which is an 8, but it's also the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is young and inspired, okay, creative. So there's a lot of energy there to inspire new perspectives. And so I'm going to get right into it. I didn't wake up till 10:55 today. I never am able to sleep that late. So and I was getting, especially the masculine, are like maybe just like sleeping like a rock, like they can't get up, they're really tired. So to allow everyone to sleep, okay? And then I woke up at 11, 11:10, and 11:11, so there's like a pyramid of ones here. It went from 10:55, 1, 11, 111, and then 1111. So 1111 came up again in the read as well. The major arcana were abundance, transition, indigo, and alchemy. This was at 12:40. 40 is the Page of Cups. So here with the Page of Wands, the Page of Cups again, which is the twins' inner children, which came up yesterday again. So it's bringing that theme back. The higher self was under the first underlined card, so I use that in the read as well. So we have higher self, which is the High Priestess, abundance, which is the Empress, transition, which is the Death card, indigo, which is the Magician, and alchemy, which is the Temperance card. There were 3 cups, 1 pentacle, 2 wands, 1 sword. The only court card was the King of Cups. And I'll just tell you the numbers, but I'll get into the other stuff after the read. We have 33, 66, 13, 47, 76, 34, 36, 67, 1, 31, 21, and then the year 1976 came up. So if any of you have something special about, and it was just 212 when I said that, about 1976, which is at the year I graduated from junior high school, let me know. And that's also the bicentennial. So that was very significant. Okay, so if that something about that comes up, let me know, please. And it's all about sweet surrender. EIEIO came up. And the even balance between the divine masculine and divine feminine, staying in your high vibration, but the DNA, your DNA strand, your I. And oranges were coming up like crazy. All the sacral stuff came up today. Orange to rust colors, okay? But your I DNA, so your specific DNA may be different than another twin set of DNA. Like a lot about working was coming up, that some are just oriented towards that, and crystal energy and cracking codes. So if that message is for you, if not, let it go. All right, so getting right into the read, and I'll come back to some of the codes at the end. The Empress rises above suffering and stress after a purge, potentially, of the King of Pentacles reversed. The King of Pentacles reversed can be someone who's greedy or ungrounded, or has recently experienced loss of status and money. As the Empress's higher self comes out, her heart open wide, looking over the balcony or out the window from parents' house or home, the Devil, or a Capricorn, with passionate arousal or growth in waiting and reaping their rewards and longing for passion. And then idle hands or the Devil's workshop came up as an old template, okay? Just because you're idle doesn't mean you have to allow those shadow or negative energies to come out, which, you know, has been all about your meditation and mastering the ability to stay at 0 point, okay? So you know that's not true. At the tail end of it, the root or sacral DNA, a castle in the countryside. Masculines are stopped in their tracks, hands together over sacral in the front, or tied up behind back, looking off into the distance like something just clicked. Okay, so there's definitely the feminine in their abundance and their power, and then the masculine sitting back and reaping rewards, and all of a sudden something just clicks and they're stunned and they see something. whether they literally are seeing something that does this, or they're just literally kind of like looking off into the distance. Okay, so chained to a family tree of ownership and duty, led by evil bird perched on a podium as the ringleader. So this could be a feminine who acts like a masculine, but who's, very domineering. All he has to do is cut the chain or cord. News at 11, no more selling tickets for his or her show. The evil bird, and I kept getting that, so I'm getting that this evil, powerful one could be a feminine in the masculine's life. Or it could be the way that the masculine's perceiving the feminine, which wasn't true. But the evil bird is coming up as the devil in disguise. All she cares about is the lower half, the chakra system, and his money. Could care less about him. So this could be very much about a karmic in his life, or a mother as well, or a boss. The Empress is reaping rewards from her ivory tower, selling tickets to see the show. Or is he the evil bird? If he sees it, it must be in him, using others for sex and money. So if the masculine's projecting out about any feminine around him, he's now realizing that however he projects something, it's really his energy coming back to him, and that so if he's seeing it, then it must be in him. And he's now realizing these are new wounds to clear. At home, the Knight of Cups deception of the wounding of him and his twin, offering love to his home, but leaving his twin and himself out in the cold, emotionally detached or manipulative, or crying all the time, bowing down to the church that's all about money. That can just be about establishment as well. And children coming up as well. My daughter called right in the middle of that. All the same, whether you're chained to church or a wealthy family, that it's all about money, not love, if you're allowing someone else to control you. So past life relationships comes up here, as well as underneath that is make the effort, that love is worth the effort. And that yes, you know this person from your past life. So finding happiness openly and getting your wish. And remember, this is for the union, so all of these energies can apply both ways. The Page of Swords, communication with child or news, a little truth from a mannequin, or with a fake left arm or stiff wrist, putting pressure on left inner elbow, right inner elbow, and twisting to release it, the pressure of it. Okay, so I'm going to say it again. The Page of Swords, communication with a child or news, a little truth from a mannequin, or with a fake left arm, or somebody with a stiff wrist, putting pressure on right inner elbow and twisting like this, to release the pressure. Too many are looking for handouts. It's good to be in your own naked truth and happy. People will want what you have. So understand this. The focus again is coming up here on butts, cracks, and truth aside. No wise, all right, so I like that. Wise cracks aside, okay? No matter which way you put it, the truth is the truth. Pointed at the earth, addictions or illnesses, or just leaning on it, or a pillar with a handle on it, it is what it is. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God, okay? So at work, at home, outside, inside, in bed, the gym, rehab, or a hospital, down by the riverside, the truth is the truth. If it's not your truth and you want it to be, then make it so. If you can imagine it, you can be it. Just love yourself no matter which way or what. Music comes up here as the underlying energy, and I'm getting major connection here throughout all that. Music is number 32, which is the Six of Wands, getting attention, good news, success, the journey. And then forgiveness is underneath that as number 96. And that's a 6. So forgiveness is a part of love, okay? So forgiveness is first, and then the music was on top as the underlying energy. Truth is one thing. No matter what the perspective, it is what it is. Pure, innocent love of one, not in her truth, as the Queen of Swords reversed, and spending to expand a business for one not in his truth won't expand either one. If there's conflict between them, it is not over even if the fighting is done. They're still both reversed. The royal lines between them, sharp intellect, gold, sun, and Saturn placement, and teal. Pillars, there's teal here, placement in, so Saturn's placement in teal, also teal pillar headboards were coming up. Pillars and headboards is a very cold place to be when you live on this earth of green and butterflies who are free to fly. Fly away, bye-bye. Royal purples and gold and teal have their place, but without love, what is their worth here on this earth? To feel elitist to everyone else? And then Hosanna was coming up. Why waste your breath moaning at the crowds? Nothing can be done to stop the shouting. If every voice were still, the noise would still continue. The rocks and stones themselves would start to sing, right? Hosanna, hey, Zanna, 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 ho. Zanna, hey, Zanna, Hosanna. Hey, JC, JC, won't you fight for me? Zanna, Hosanna, hey, superstar. Why place yourself above the crowd? When you place yourself above the crowd, there is separation, a riot, which is what Hosanna was themed as. Okay, JC walked amongst the crowd and with the elite, fitting in everywhere with an open heart. Love without truth does not work. Truth without love does not work. Anything without love is a lie. Anything without truth is a lie. The Queen of Swords reversed and the King of Cups reversed are still as the Empress opens her heart and higher self. They are stunned into submission. Psychic surgery, music healing. Zanna hey, Zanna ho, superstar. So it came up again. A crowd that gathers in love cannot be dispersed, cannot be controlled, denied. Love cannot be contained, cannot be owned through your purse. After all, when you fracture light, you only bring out its true rainbow colors, the beauty and variations of the soul, of forgiveness. Okay? So recently, the indigo has laser focus to manifest a message of love, impatient to see him wave at her, as he said he would. But would she be closed off, hurt, with harsh words for him, or in silence? Or could she find the forgiveness to be open-hearted when she sees him? If the angel is not in her power, then the devil wins and takes advantage, home team advantage. Just one chess move of unforgiveness sets off a whole lifetime of events until you release the lie. And I watched a movie called Love, Rosie, which you have to watch to understand this. But this all has to do with this movie I saw last night, because it's bringing the message into this message. Okay, so just one chess move of unforgiveness sets off a whole lifetime of events until you release the lie. They were drunk and they kissed. She passed out and didn't remember the kiss. He was hurt and would never allow that kiss again until many relationships later, and so much hurt and being beaten down by life, best friends never revealed the whole truth to each other, so they spent a lifetime pretending until they found their way home again to each other. The foundation of rising above the drama, and Spirit's still connecting with me, to be brave and dance the dance. The King of Wands reverse may be tired of spending money when he could be healing his dreams, his light. 27, which is the Ace of Wands, his new passion. The twin flames comes up here. And then I was getting Frankenstein becomes Evenstein. 29, hand raised and present. Oh, here I am. So here's the wave, you know, when you finally see each other for the first time again. So we got the numbers 27, then 28, the twin flames came up, and then 29 as the being present, okay, and not looking forward and back when you come together and see each other, hand raised and present, just like in class. I'm present, here I am. Masculine is mesmerized. Okay? So centrally, the energy is a portal. There's a transition to the vortex. Downturn in movement forward of the wheel. The Queen of Pentacles is solid amidst slow destiny and end of conflict, knowing there's no destiny without expansion. There must be change. That's all death is, or transition is. To force people to stop trying to control each other, causing each other pain, to just speak their truth and be unconditionally loving angels. The challenge being the balance of time together and sustaining it with money and sharing the responsibilities, doing what comes naturally for each and each other. One may move forward in work with great passion and verve, right? Which may cause the other much lack if they haven't found their inner happiness alone. Offering money for his inspiration, whatever naturally fits together, let no man put us under. You're only as whole as you are whole alone or on your own. It is not up to another but yourself to complete your world. Now, crowning the union is unconditional love, sitting in difficult feelings of emotions, of sudden events and epiphanies when not standing in your truth. Okay, you only go to that place when you're not in your truth of unconditional love. The Empress's abundance remains amidst discomfort and sitting with those emotions, and also recovering financially after being silent or lying to oneself because your heart wasn't connected to your intellect or your head. To be together now takes forgiveness, even without an apology, initially, may be very difficult emotionally. Carrying a heavy load, the King of Cups is moving towards the whole truth, in reunion with Angel, getting wish of new life with High Priestess who has the keys, and romance amidst gossip or just talking about it at the gate, not sure or making sure what you both want before closing the gate behind you. Narcissistic Hierophant, King of Pentacles superhero, or jealous maniac. All right? There may be choices here. Soon there's reunion of Emperor amidst dysfunctional family or loss of their money and draining kids or illness, or a party that's draining all his money and energy. Fighting an ex and separation, narcissistic marriage, and or dirty Hierophant, or playing sports game with a cheater. The King of Pentacles with a heart attack, always trying to play the hero and save the day. Sudden jealousies of those not of sound mind, or around the Divine Masculine when he's seeing synchronicities of his twin. The union is four flames, satisfied to be over sadness and regret at the end of family cycle, or even if the rest of family is unhappy with you. And as we bring up the union, the way the union is seeing itself for the masculine and the feminine is the Four of Wands. There is literally union in the union position. And if you look at the Four Wands, it's not only number 4, which came up today on my mirror, and I'm going to put that up as the icon, but literally when I looked in the mirror this morning when I first went to the bathroom, there was a 4 in the mirror. But the union card of the Four Wands is 11, it was just 41 too, which is the Ace of Cups, is 1111, and 18 is the moon. But it's also, of the Four Wands, it means 4, it also means 1111, but it also means 1 and 3, 2 and 2, and 3 and 1, which is 13, 22, 31. So 13 and 31 are reflections of death and transition, and the 5 of Wands, which is life and expansion, with the 22 at the center, which is the Fool, taking a leap of faith to be you and no one else but you, no matter what. Right? Just being you, the Fool in love. Okay? So, being two sovereigns as one, 2 physical bodies, 1 light body, and 1 third energy in union. Stay optimistic about your love life. Healing family issues. It was just 1944 is the sun, and mastering the heat. That was definitely coming up in the read as well. and worth waiting for. That it is worth waiting for. It's showing you how to master your patience. Around union, or how it is seen, is the Three of Orbs. Lightning strikes, epiphanies over calm waters in the situation. We will always be, and I was getting 1 minus 2 plus 3, which equals 2, and back to 3 as needed. The Queen of Cups sits amidst chaos, blocks, and betrayal. Back pain, especially neck pain and left ear somebody might be having. There is heartbreak and separation around the union. Setting others off on their own journeys, you know how to guide them. Clear blocks of alchemy and the pits. The pit blocks the vortex. If you think about it, the pit inside of a fruit, it's taking up the vortex space, that vacuum, that pure energy where you need to be. The pit blocks the vortex, blocking you from 0 point. Clear impatience in being present, in getting attention, being a leader, and even marriage and or commitment or religion and establishment. Be patient with everything. Surrender, and even more so, individuality. These are the two energies that are coming up for you today. Surrender, but even more so, individuality. That's what surrender is, allowing yourself to be you, but also others to be them, with love. Destiny of the mirror and putting it out there, and spirit still connecting. The twins come together, a bit of sparring to gain the upper hand, but stay in your high vibration, not to get sucked into immature communications, jealousy, and illusions about others' options when the Knight of Cups has brought their love to you and your connection, for your attention and seeing your beauty. Twins together in new passion and free to leap past any silly jealousies along the way. Injustice of awakening, insecurities of dumping the one for the masculine, the King of Swords reversed, and the Queen of Wands verbally abusive had dumped the Queen of Swords reversed, or she was just overwhelmed and purging, now at the top of the game, choosing path of twins and the world. Or for some, a lot of legal arguments around the Queen of Wands being dumped or overwhelmed, crying wolf. Just more inspiration for the twins to leap together and allow the heat to rise them up to the top for a better perspective of the world and their choices. Abundance of the Empress and higher self together as one, rising in the heat above drama to union space, healing indigo transition to balance and reunion, alchemizing unconditional love of twin and new passion, flames or freedom and co-creation. The Empress and the King of Cups. Someone may lose their mom, putting focus on the love of a father. So it's like the universe, and it'll be naturally. I'm not predicting any strange death occurrences, but some may lose their mom right now, which is the energy coming up, which then puts focus on the love of the father. Okay, or the Empress and the Magician are now rising above death and or transition of the King of Cups reversed, creating balance. So this King of Cups reversed may either, and it could be an alcoholic in the family, either could transition from death or actually go into rehab or just turn a corner suddenly, okay? But there's some kind of balance created from this transition of the King of Cups reversed. Or a father loses child to their own marriage, so when the children leave the nest. A family reunion or party, or the twin flame wedding, healing and patience with children. The union stabilizes the situations or death, separation, and heartbreak that are now around them. So once the union comes together, they're now in like the vortex in order to help all the chaos around them within the cyclone, okay? So that whether it's the kids or the family, people experiencing death, separation, or heartbreak, you are now the union, the stabilizing factor around them. Okay, so that's the read, and now I'm going to get into just a little bit of sand art that I got and some oracle cards that I'll bring you. The sand art was at 1:41 a.m. last night, and again 41 here comes up as the Ace of Cups, and I read it at 4:04 today. There was huge male arousal around this, like a lighthouse. There's a buoy around it, and then there's a deflated ego, and then aroused again. A bridge from the lighthouse to the next island, and then deflated again. Pyramid created, and then a whole new world still under construction. Still hibernating, the bear and the walrus cleaning their butts on in the water, and then I was getting butts on ice and preserves. Okay, so somebody might be literally falling on their butts, right? Whether it's skiing or ice skating or whatever it is, I can definitely see that. And then preserves, so whether it's preserving their butts on ice or just whatever it is, if you're going to see a show on ice, or preserves, if you're preserving things that maybe you preserved stuff in the summer and now are using it in the winter when you're hibernating. But either way, united we stand, divided we fall was coming up here at the end of that. And then I'm going to just tell you some of the early stuff about from the codes in the read, and then I'll pull you an oracle card. So again, the 111, 111, and 1111 were coming up this morning, as well as 1976, which I wasn't even thinking earlier when I wrote about the bicentennial. But and then now I'm getting Lionel Richie, is it? Hello, like when you wave to each other. Hello, it's me, right? The coding was all about surrender and your individual self, surrender being 91 and the individual was 11, so it's another 11 that came up. And again, like I told you, the orange to rust colors came up ×3 in the numerology deck. There was a little bit of blue. That forgiveness underlying the top card was blue. That's forgiveness. But the number 7 came up in the coding, as well as the 6 of crystals, that balance, that equal distribution of effort. Okay, but it's very simple today about sweet surrender and staying in your high vibe DNA, and finding what's your sweet spot as far as what you know about you and your twin. What is it that you guys are really good at that you will do easily because you love it so much? Whether it's work, or you're someone who just wants to travel, or you know, what are your specialties? Cracking codes, all that kind of stuff. That was coming up, as well as just love and Sophia 9, which is the feminine collective consciousness, and maybe high C as well coming up again also. In the codings, I'm just going to tell you the headers real quick. I had a lot of stuff about crystals was coming up. 7 must-have crystals for beginning, and that was from Ethan Lazzarini.com. And just the date of 2018 at 7:23 a.m. came up, and then it said hi, and hi was a big theme today as well in the codes. All right, so hi. And then the second heading was hi everyone, and then there was a smiley face. Weeks 6 and 7 of Whispers from the Past, and that was from Crystals and Crochet, and that was on Facebook. Okay, but you notice 6 and 7 coming up today. The other day it was 3 and 4, and yesterday was 4 and 5, and today is 6 and 7. Okay, so week 6 and 7 of Whispers from the Past. The next heading was 5 of strongest healing crystals everyone should use, and that was from crystals.theirmeanings.com. The next heading was Super 7 crystal, which is like one crystal that has 7 different attributes. That was from crystalvaults.com, and it's talking about the Super 7 crystal from Brazil that has very high energy, high energy minerals, and very good for aligning chakras and energy. Okay, Super 6 crystals came up as well from crystallage.com. What are the 6 basic crystal shapes came up from reference.com, which are cubic, which is isometric, tetragonal, or orthorhombic, hexagonal, trigonal or trigonal, and then triclinic and monoclinic, or whether it's triclinic or monoclinic. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. But then the next heading was 7 crystal systems info, which was all about lattice structures, if you want to look any of this stuff up. And then crystals and pyramids from Kacha, Kacha stones.com. The tips of all quartz crystals are angled exactly like the Great Pyramid, 360 over 7, or 51.43, and 51 is the King of Swords, and 43 is the Three of Cups. Is that coming together, that third energy. And of course 360, 36 is the 10 of Wands. It's the burden that needs to be dropped, and it's now divided by 7, spirituality. Okay? The old crystal ratios showed the ability of quartz to receive and transmit energy, which you know about, which still is used in electronics and with mediumship, or those who are intuitives or psychic. Then the last heading in that section was, then he kissed me. Okay, so he waved hello, and then he kissed me, and that was from the crystals, and that was on YouTube at 111. And then the next section, I have Shop 6x7 at Amazon, which is a alternative music. So another song came up about 4 and 5. Now a song's coming up 6x7. And also Snowflake Shapes and Patterns came up from thoughtco.com. And then Crystal Shapes Complete Correspondence Chart came up, and that was from earthdna.wordpress.com. That's 7-faceted, has to do with channeling, and 8-faceted is very rare because the normal crystal has 6 facets. Star Wars heading came up at 117. Galaxy of Heroes hack, right? So sometimes a hero is a hack. And also is coming up from YouTube, Miriam Martin, 2619. And then the last heading I wrote down was the 6 and the Crystals of Iolana by Kathleen Brooke, and that's Katlynn, Caitlin, however she pronounced it, Brooke. 6, so it's about 6 teens who are linked, and there's reincarnation, all that kind of stuff, so it's good for teens and up, but this book was coming up, so it might be something you want to read. I know it came up before in the coding, so it's coming up at least a second, if not third time. Okay, and now I'm going to pull you an oracle card. Alright, see. You know what, I'm just going to go with Romance Angels today. Take a deep breath, guys, okay? Someone's got something stiff, you know, stiff neck, stiff wrist came up in the read. The cards are feeling a little bit stiff. Okay, so for everybody, February 12th, 2019, for everyone watching, the best and highest good of everyone concerned. What does everyone need to know? What do we need to learn? What is it we need to learn? Okay. The bottom of the deck is Cosmic Butterfly. Okay, it's really beautiful. You can't see the colors because it's so delicate, but it's really beautiful. Very much about the colors of the heart and the mother. It's number 36 again, which just came up about the 10 of Wands, which is, you know, carrying such a heavy burden that you're going to drop. You're either going to have a heart attack or you're going to just drop them, okay, and confess. But that's the underlying energy here. Like it's about to burst. You can't do it anymore. The cards that came up for you guys are 18, all right, which is the moon, distant shores, and 13. Okay, it's just 1331, which is the reverse of the 13, gifts received. Okay, so we had 13 and 31 twice now here. And that we were just at 3333 as well. And then it was just 3340, which is that Page of Cups coming up again. So 33 is a Christ vibration, but it's also that 7 of Wands of standing up for yourself. Not being defensive, but just standing your ground, okay? So distant shores and gifts received, they're very much the green and purple of the masculine and the feminine. Of heaven and earth, of the psychic abilities and the grounding abilities, right? So it's the polarities. And then we have of death, the 13, which is death, and the moon, 18. And the moon in this card, there's 4 moons, so there's 4 again for you, for the union. So 4 moons might be coming up. What's today? Today is the 12th. So 4 moons, 4 new moons is 4 months. They're full. 4 full moons. So I'm not sure what the date of the full moon is, so you can look at the 4 full moons to see where they are, see if that comes up for anything. And then gifts received, I'm going to read them for you, but it's very much the contrast between heaven and earth through grounding and the etheric, and then the purple and the green of the masculine and the feminine. Gifts received says, relax, it's okay to accept what's coming your way now. Gentle your soul, steady your heart. Even the most precious treasure can be received by you. Why not? Are you not built of the same stuff as that treasure, beloved? It's all love, after all. That is all there is. Enjoy, accept, rest in the knowledge that you are being invited into a sanctuary of abundance, peaceful rest, and replenishment. Now, it's just time. This oracle holds a message for you. The universe is trying to get something to you, more abundance, more love, an answer to a prayer. Sometimes the healing comes in unexpected packages. Sometimes we try so hard to find the answer, exerting so much effort to receive, that we make things harder for ourselves than they need to be. So relax, have some fun, be at peace. Everything is working out just fine, and there's a nice surprise coming your way. The poem simply states, the wind blows softly through grass and my open heart, love unexpected. Okay? And that's this one, the gifts received. Okay. And then we have distant shores, which is 18. All right, your soul is yearning for more. The divine is all, and there's no limits to what can be experienced by the soul. The soul is so hungry for divine reunion that it will seek out whatever is needed to get there, even if that means journeying to a strange or exotic shore for expanded experience. You may be feeling this soul impulse as an urge to travel, to try something new, to let go of the limitations of your mind in how you see your current life, and to begin to see the new in what was once familiar. The art of the passionate soul is to be able to see that which is new and fresh, even in what is known. Though sometimes we can use the help of a fresh vista to inspire the mind to open and the heart to be ready to receive more. It's time for you to reach for the distant shores that are calling to you now, beloved. Don't pack your bags with too much, though. You'll travel light and easy with less baggage, and you'll need plenty of space to receive that which is new. This oracle brings you a message you will benefit greatly from travel right now. You may travel through the mind, reading journals of faraway lands or times, or watch a film that transports you. Moving your body to a different place is another way, bringing fresh energy by unplugging you for a short time from what you know to plug you into a different circuit so that you may receive different energy. So when the opportunity to travel arises for you soon, whether it be a jaunt far away or a day in a different place, take it. Don't worry if it doesn't seem practical. The divine is so much more important, intelligent, and capable of genius than what mere logic would have us believe. And the poem reads, I waited for dawn, not wanting to go, but knowing I soon would have to leave. I waited for the first light, listening, joining with you on each breath and each exhale. I watched as morning came, and you gently stirred, knowing our love was not measured in time, not the minutes that quickly passed, or the hours as departure approached. How I wanted to linger, how I wanted to tell you that this moment would last forever, and whisper one more time, I love you. And then you held me and said it first, and goodbye no longer mattered. Okay, so really beautiful. Okay, so take that advice. I'm going to show you the read real quick before I forget. Okay, so this is the union read. And do what you need to do to make yourself happy. Keep that vibe high and rise and be loved.